Hi everyone, it's Pastor Sharon here, greeting you and wishing you on a very, very happy new year. On behalf of Pastor Joaquin and I, we just want to send many blessings to you in the year 2022. That being said, wow, it's been a while, hasn't it? It seems like Pastor was just talking to me yesterday and he says it seems like 2020 and 2021 merged together into one long, unending year. Doesn't it seem like just been one long year? But nevertheless, we have turned the corner and it is 2022. And Pastor Joaquin and I are so excited to reconnect with you again. You've probably noticed we've been off the air for a while. And oops, that's my, if you hear little beeps, you'll know that's just notifications coming in. So just ignore that. And also you might see me look off to the side once in a while. I just want to look at my notes to make sure that I'm covering everything that you need to know in this brief video. So anyway, let me get back on track. In case you didn't know, Pastor Joaquin and I will resume our live weekly programs starting this Sunday, January 9th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we're giving Pastor Joaquin here a few weeks to just rest and be still. And he's not being sidelined in any way whatsoever, but this has been a purposeful choice that Pastor has made to sit down and rest and enjoy the messages. As you know, he pours out week after week to us and always feeding us. So this is his turn now to sit down at the table and just relax and eat and enjoy. So that being said, he will be here with me every week. We're a team, and he'll be behind the cameras most of the time, manning the cameras, the lighting, the audio, and all of that. But he's very much here, even though you may not see him on camera for a few weeks. And so that being said, I am really, really excited because Pastor has given me literally a blank check to start a new series with all of you that I am so excited about. It's The Gift of Rest. And actually, this series, The Gift of Rest, the seed for this series was birthed in my heart personally in last summer in 2021. But actually, I was not ready to speak about rest last year. And if the truth be told, I probably was never ever ready to speak about rest, honestly. But in November of this past November, I was forced into a hard stop in my own life. And that due to circumstances that were beyond our control, Pastor and I had to temporarily close Pure Grace Chapel because of COVID. And also, if you notice, we suspended our broadcast. So you haven't seen us on the air for a while due to these events happening. But you know, during that time of the pause, it was very profitable, and it has been very profitable for me because I gave myself permission to be quiet. And what did that mean for me? What it meant for me is that I scaled back much of my communications. I scaled back my texting, my emails, and my phone calls. And I just gave myself permission to be quiet. I quieted myself. And do you know that during this time, I have personally discovered that there are some things in life that can only be learned in quietness. Not when you're busy, not when you're buzzing, not when you're active and noisy and loud, but in the quietness that we discover things and we learn things. And I've also discovered that too often we're forced into rest by a hard stop or by circumstances that are outside of our control. But do you know that rest is not a hard stop in life? Rest is meant to be a way of life. And unfortunately, if we're honest, many of us never rest until we're exhausted. We rest because we're exhausted. But rest, as I said, is not meant to be a hard stop. It's meant to be a way of life. And so I want you to consider this. Consider this point. Do you realize that God never rested after creation because he was exhausted, but rather he chose to rest? Rest is a choice. Rest is purposeful. Rest may not be instinctual. It doesn't come to us naturally, but rest is intentional. And so that being said, I've also discovered that you and I cannot give rest to somebody else. You cannot impart rest to someone else. You cannot make someone else rest. But rather, rest is a gift you receive for yourself. You choose it for yourself. And so, as I've gone on in this, I'm scrolling through my notes now, I want to let you know we're going to go on this journey about the gift of rest. And it's going to take us through several weeks. So I'm going to take my time on this because rest is like a delicious chocolate truffle that you just don't want to gulp that whole thing. You just want to savor it and enjoy it. And that's what rest is. So we're going to take our time on rest and we're going to dive deep into the different aspects of rest. We're going to look at spiritual rest, emotional rest, mental rest, and of course, physical rest. And I want you to know that sleep is very different than rest. Sometimes we confuse sleep with rest, but sleep is very different than rest because you can get a solid 8 hours of sleep every night and still wake up not rested, not filled with rest. So physical sleep is a component of rest. It's one aspect of rest, but rest is so encompassing. It encompasses our bodies, our minds, our emotions, our spirit. So that's what we're going to dive into going forward in these next few weeks. So I want to leave you with this, friends. If you find yourself right now in a place of weariness, of being worn out, of being burned out even, because of all the distress that's gone on in the world around you, and maybe not just that. Perhaps you have gone through something personally that has left you weak, weary, and worn out. If that's you, then I want to encourage you that this series is for you. This journey is for you. You know, here at Pure Grace, we're not here to get you to work harder, to be better, and to do better. That's what the world does. That's New Year's resolutions. But rather, we're here to preach a gospel that sets people free and doesn't burn them out. We're here to see restoration from the inside out, not resolution. Do you know resolutions are from the outside in? It's what you're trying in your own flesh to work into yourself. It's from the outside in. But true restoration, the restoration that only Jesus can give, is from the inside out. It transforms the whole man, and it starts inside. And the reason being is because, do you know, friends, that Jesus did all the work already, and he finished the work on his cross so that you and I can live a rest-filled life, knowing that we're loved just the way we are, unconditionally, with no strings attached. That's the gospel of grace. That's the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that being said, friends, I want to ask you, if you're free, please feel free to join us live. Again, this coming Sunday, you can join the show live, or I should say show. You can join the message live on our website, which is www.puregracenyc.org. And just scroll down and you'll see the button that says live stream now. Just click on live stream now and it'll take you right to our service. Or if you prefer, you can also watch us live on our Pure Grace Facebook page. Some of you prefer watching through Facebook, and that's fine too. Either way, Pastor Joaquin and I would just love to connect with you once again. And also, finally, if you can't join us live, we understand that. Perhaps you're going to your own church and you have other things to do. That's perfectly fine. But remember, we have a Pure Grace YouTube channel where you can watch any of our videos at any time on demand at your own convenience. So whatever way works for you, whatever is more restful for you is what we want to see for you. So remember to tune in. Remember, we begin the journey of the gift of rest on this coming Sunday, January 9th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope to see you. In the meantime, friends, this is my prayer. This is Pastor's prayer for you. May you prosper and be in increasing good health, even as your souls prosper. In Jesus' blessed name, we bless you. Amen.